Hello, my friends, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. I've had a few different requests for more puppy pictures, and as I am an extremely proud puppy mommy owner, whatever you want to call me, I felt I'd obliged. For those of you who aren't interested in sticking around for puppies, you can go ahead and skip to the timestamp below where we get right into the article. But for now, here you have little girl number 1. I went through and I took pictures of everybody's face and back. So here's little girl number 1 and her back. Her spots are cute, but their spots are always cute. And here's her little face. She's got such a pretty little face. Little tail. You can see where her umbilical cord was attached. Puppy number 2, and you can see that black spot I was telling you about last time right at the end of her tail, but otherwise she's pretty well white. You can see just a little bit of black that'll probably turn a little more silver as she gets older. So she will have pretty much a white coat all the way down her back. It'll be really interesting to see as she gets older. And there's her cute little face, and she's still got a little bit of umbilical cord attached, but that'll fall off soon. They're cute little feeties. Puppy number 3's back with little eyeballs on the back here. Little white tail. Also, it's just such an interesting pattern for the breed. Most of them don't have spots quite like that. It's odd. Of course, the other one that's all white on the back is also odd. And this one would not let me get a good look at her face. And at this point in time, her mother was also becoming just a little irate with me. They're only 2 days old. I usually take them out and weigh them every day just to make sure that they're gaining weight appropriately and, making sure they're healthy so they don't need to call the vet or anything. But mom doesn't like it, obviously, because when you're doing this, the puppies have a tendency to cry because they don't want to be up. They want to be feeding off of mom. And so at this point, I wasn't able to take an extra picture just to make sure I got her face clearly because mom was getting ready to rip her right out of my hands. And puppy number 4, I think I might have a thing for runts because she is the tiniest, but I really love her spots. They're so cute. I don't know what it is about them. They're just really cute. And then she's got a little adorable face, just a really little bit of a blaze here in between her eyes. The breed has a tendency to, you'll find as she gets older, she gets a little more brown in her face. But overall, they're all pretty black in the face. I don't know that we're going to see much brown in them. But mom and dad do have brown in the face, so some of it will brown out as they get older. All right, now that the puppy business is all done and I've overdosed you on the absolute cuteness that are my little girls, whom I haven't named yet. I think I know what I'm going to name them, but I want to wait just a little longer to make sure. I like to see them develop a little personality before I give them their names. Most of the time when you find them in their homes, they change their names, but I've got the name picked out for the one I want to keep, but I want to see which one best fits the name before I go about choosing who's who. Anyway, that extra bit of context aside, what we are going to talk about is that the Game Awards are calling on fans to help protect its brand. The Game Awards have been going for 10 years. They've started in 2014. And, their entire point was to, give awards to games. However, the Game Awards has posted an email revealing to fans it's trying to secure registration with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, legitimizing the brand. It's called on those same fans to bolster the application and help secure the trademark. Here's the issue. They want to be the Game Awards. They want to be the only people who can use the words Game Awards. And they're using the idea that they are the most recognized to bolster that opinion, to push that through the office. There's a whole lot of, when it comes to patent law and everything, there's a whole lot of bullshit going on there. So let's take a look at the email that they sent. We are just 1 month away from the Game Awards and our 10th anniversary. As a fan who joined us for one of our Zoom sessions during the pandemic, we are reaching out with a quick request. We are currently in the midst of registering the Game Awards as a mark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. We are looking for letters of support to establish that consumers, that's you, distinctly associate the term the Game Awards with our annual show. This email then requested that any personal reflections that fans might have, all of which will be added to the application when it's submitted in the coming weeks. If successful, the patent will recognize the Game Awards with a trademark representing the legitimacy of the event and the high standards to which it is now now being held by gamers everywhere. I don't know where they're getting the idea that gamers are holding them to a high standard. Realistically, this is more of a cash grab. They feel that if they can limit the competition, then they can make the most money. Upon opening the link in the email, users are presented with a pre-written letter regarding them as a video game enthusiast and an avid viewer of the Game Awards. By signing the letter, you confirm to the best of your ability that the Game Awards is a well-known trademark associated with the showcase hosted by Geoff Keighley and Ola Balola LLC. What a name. I originally found this topic through Moriarty here, or Mr. Ixert. I'm not sure how he would like to pronounce that. But anyway, he says here, Geoff Keighley is attempting to trademark Game Awards with the U.S. Patent Office, meaning no one else will be able to host an awards show with the words Game Awards in it. Worse, he's emailing fans and requesting they file with the U.S. PTO on his behalf. Now, I'm not entirely sure exactly how accurate that statement is. They couldn't just call themselves the Game Awards. They would probably be able to get away with a variant of Game Awards, but I'm not a patent lawyer, so I can't state definitively. I know that there are some really weird technicalities when it comes to patent infringement, especially when you're talking about a name. And realistically, I do think he's going to have a serious problem with calling the Game Awards a unique and patentable item. But this is the government we're talking about. They do weird shit all the time, but it could definitely make things tricky for people who try to make their own Game Award type thing, having to basically avoid that word in their title. But it's not impossible. You could get around it pretty easy, I want to say. But again, not a patent lawyer. Don't do things based on my advice, ever. Moriarty continues to say Geoff is claiming the mark has become distinctive of the good services that you associate Game Awards with exclusively the Game Awards and nothing else. And the problem is, in what he's shown, I don't see where this says, because again, like I said, I'm not a patent lawyer, but I do know a few random little things. Patents are very specific. The mark is for the Game Awards. It's not just for Game Awards, it's for the Game Awards, which means you drop the and you immediately have something entirely different. So I am not 100% sure that this assumption is correct. And you see the website even has thegameawards.com, not just Game Awards. I think realistically I take a few issues with this. First, that Geoff apparently feels that his Game Awards are so ingrained in culture now that he could just go ahead and copyright what is really a very plain title that really anyone should be able to have access to. Assuming that the laws could work in the way Moriarty suggested. I don't believe so. So that's more of a nebulous point. I can't say that one gives me any strong feelings. The other one is just the idea that people really even care about who the Game Awards are, or about the Game Awards in general. Just today, we've seen who are the judges for the Game Awards. We have the wonderful and oh so objective IGN. Inverse. I have no idea who Jeff Gerstmann is. Kind of Funny is in a lot of trouble right now, what with spreading kind of nasty things about JT Smash. I mean, really, guys, come on. The LA Times, those fabulous gamers over at the LA Times. MinMax. Oh, goody. PC Gamers. Polygon. Venture Beast. The Verge. Touch Arcade. What's Good Games? Game Rant. Oh my God. NPR. Okay. Now look, I can make all sorts of arguments for most of these video game outlets, because at least these people talk about video games on the regular. NPR is the type of place that presents articles that talk about how violent video games are. If NPR is leading the voting, then what that means is Dustborn wins Game of the Year. Because that's the type of shit NPR and Pride. That is what NPR and Pride gives you. Variety, I don't even know why they're on this list either. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're an entertainment outlet. But realistically, Are these really who is qualified? 90% qualified? It says up here, according to the official website of the Game Awards, the opinion of the fans counts in the selection of the winners, but the value of their vote is much smaller than that of the jury. Thus, the jury's decision counts for 90% compared to 10% for the popular vote. Do you really think this is the group you want having 90% of the decision of who is game of the... Well, I mean, let's face it. When was the last time game of the year even mattered? I know a lot of people who were upset that Dragon Age Inquisition got game of the year. Now, Origins deserved game of the year, but that was when game of the year, you could almost call it something that deserved it. And who even decided game of the year back then if the Game Awards are the only people who are the important ones? Apparently we had Game Awards before the Game Awards. So do we really need, or does the Game Awards really deserve its own trademark, since they're not even the only ones? They're not even the first ones in the game, let alone the only. People have been giving Game Awards since games were invented. And all of a sudden you want to be the Game Awards? No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a minute. I also don't buy it that these people have any idea what the fucking consumers think we're any good. They're not going to judge based on what gamers liked. They're going to judge based on what they thought was the most diverse, realistically, what they think pushed the messages best, not who actually innovated shit, not who entertained people the most. We all know Veilguard's going to be on the list, whether we want it to or not. We know that other games that probably deserve it more aren't going to be there. It's a frustrating time. Thankfully, I don't watch Game Awards. I mean, I might if a bunch of people told me that I should, or they would like to see my opinion on it. Something like that, you know. But realistically, unless I have some kind of reason to do it outside of doing it, I'm not going to do it. All that said, guys, so do you think the Game Awards deserve their own trademark? I mean, do you really think that the people judging the Game Awards are the best for judging it? I hope you enjoyed the pictures of the puppies. This weekend for streaming, I will be on my Horror Amarada channel. You can find the links above my head here. Doing D&D on Sunday. It's a 3.5 adventure that I've been enjoying quite a bit with my little friends. Stop on by and listen to us sound dumb, because that's really what we do. We have fun, but we sound stupid. And I look forward to reading your thoughts down in my comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. If you really liked it, you can feel free to share it around, and I will catch you later.